Welcome you guys back to the channel. This is RR37. My name is Rich and we are back once again with another episode of this Middlesbrough career mode here on FIFA 21. We're starting really to march through the season now. As promised today, we're going to look at what's going on with the squad, plans for the future and all of that kind of stuff. But before we get there, we're opening up with a match today against Preston North End, who are bottom of the league. We are at the Riverside, so being at home, I would hope that we can go after these early, put them under pressure and gain an advantage tactically that way. But as ever with us at home at the moment, it's not going to be plain sailing. We started really well once again, but as you can see there, we end up going behind. And yeah, Fletcher in this one missed an absolute hatful of chances. He would go ahead and have 3 one-on-ones with the keeper, and as you saw there, the first one he should have buried and he put it wide, and that really did go and put us on the back foot. But into the second half, this is his third of 3 one-on-ones with the keeper. He does convert it and we do in the end up getting a point, but again, another really disappointing performance to say that we're at home and they are bottom of the league, and you see the stats there. We just couldn't do nothing once again. It is starting to become quite alarming at the moment how much we are struggling, especially at the Riverside. It makes absolutely no sense. It could be me tactically wanting us to be on the front foot. We might just not be that kind of team at the moment, but we certainly are going to start shaping it to become that kind of team. But we will get into all that as soon as we put this press conference, which again today, even if it's upset the team, I'm going to be honest with what I thought, and it was another really frustrating day out for us. Again, bottom of the league and we couldn't beat them. That is so disappointing. In the end, a close game. Are you happy with the draw? No, not one bit. I looked at the fixture, thought we would come in today and get the job done, especially considering we beat Sheffield United and we had that big win before them as well. But we just couldn't carry it on. Don't know why. And they're asking why I dragged Fletcher early. And that is because, like I said, he had a host of chances today. Only put one away. We could have had Preston dead and buried before they even scored their first goal. But I don't know what it was with Fletcher today. He was having an off day. So yes, I dragged him. And that's it. So that's the first game out the way. And it is now time to start looking at what we are going to do with this squad. And that starts with Bettinelli here. We're going to go across to his stats, and you can see there he's played a decent number of games now, 13 I think that is, and including pre-season and including everything that he's played in, he has kept just 1 clean sheet in 13 games. Now, I'm not going to pin all of that on him. The defence hasn't been good enough. There's a number of factors that have contributed. But then we go down to Stojanovic, who I've already said I want to replace Bettinelli, and he's played just 6 games, and in those 6 games he has kept 4 clean sheets. So that just tells you, like I said, we've had enough games to start to get to know things now, that Stojanovic is performing better than Bettinelli. And he's also, Bettinelli, we are paying 3,000 more a week wages for him, so I just see no reason to keep him around any longer. So Stojanovic will now become our number 1 goalkeeper, and we will put Pairs on the bench as previously planned. And then we move down to Johnson here, who is going anyway. He has completed his development plan and can't get any better, but we have already sold him. We're just waiting for him to leave now. And as we go down, we have the same problem here with Morsey. His development plan is complete. 70 is his ceiling. He's going to get no better than that now. So we're going to have to start planning and look at replacements for him, which is a shame because he's been decent. He hasn't been anything crazy. He's had a couple of standout games, but his form, as does the rest of the team, really seems to just dip in and out. So Yeah, I'm not saying we're going to get rid of him, but we do need to start planning for the fact that he's not going to be there. Lidl here is not going to be his replacement. He's 59 rating for his age is just not good enough. Saville, same thing as Morsey, which is really sad because at the beginning I really did like these two as a partnership. But he's also reached his ceiling at 70. We can't do nothing else with him development wise now. So again, we're going to have to start looking to replace him. So midfield now, centre mid has become a really important position for us going forward. Mali, again, I liked in pre-season the energy that he brought to the team, but to be honest with you, he's not really done that when we've used him since. And again, that overall for 20 years old, it's just not good enough. It's not going to cut it, so he's going to have to go as well. At the moment, I think Assombalonga is the next person to be looking at. Tavernier, though, before we get to him, I just want to say he's being converted to a striker. He's just not doing nothing at Cam. He's not getting involved in the games, and I'm thinking that maybe when we sub Akpom off, he could go in there. I don't really know. I'm just trying to find a way of keeping him around, to be honest. Assombalonga, again, reached his ceiling. 71 is as good as he's going to get. Whether we keep him, I don't know, because we've got Fletcher, who I've already said is going to be his replacement. And I would love to keep Assombalonga around. It's just his work rates, and I can't improve them now. So, yeah, it's questionable whether he's going to stay around or not. And then Boro's come in and done quite well, but again, that overall. And the same with Tyrone O'Neill. The overall just kills him. We can't be carrying this Deadwood around. It is not something that I want to be doing. So with that in mind, as well as things that you haven't seen, I have already released 2 players. Hackney and Follering, I don't know how you say that, but they have already been released. O'Neill would have gone as well, but you can only release 2 a season. So that is what things are looking like with the squad hub at the moment, and it just highlights that we need a keeper to come through from the youth academy. I'm not gonna go out and buy a keeper. It's something I've never done, and I'm not gonna start doing it now. We didn't do it at Kilmarnock either, so we're not gonna be doing it here. But for me personally, out on the pitch, centre defence is a problem. We need a partner for McNair. Really happy with McNair, but everyone else we've put in there has just not done a job, so we definitely need to strengthen in that area. What we've just seen here, the fact that Morsey and Saville have reached their ceiling now at centre mid, that has made that a problem area, because they're only going to get worse now, so that needs to be dealt with a little bit of urgency as well. And we're struggling to get Tavernier into the squad, and we're struggling for backups up front for Akpom and Fletcher, with Assombalonga reaching his ceiling. So what we're seeing is a pattern, and we need to address the spine of this team as quickly as possible. And with that in mind, it is now time to show you some of the things that I've been doing behind the scenes, off camera. Some of these have only just came through. The scouting network's been finding them while we've been playing the games. The guys like Robinson, you see there, 3rd on the list. I've added him myself because we've not sent a scout to America. But yeah, I think doing it through the scouting network is more realistic rather than just looking up who the best players on the game are. So that's the way that I've gone about it. And the scout has identified Katic here. He would be absolutely a brilliant shout to go next to McNair. He's really strong, he's tall, he's quick, he's got that power header as a trait as well. I just think what a fit that would be. I can see it now, him and McNair at centre back. especially in this division. That would be a really good pairing. Goldson I've added to the list off the scout report as well, because I do think that he would be a good fit next to McNair as well. But if I had the choice, it would 100% be Katic above Goldson. But he's basically been put on there just in case we can't get Katic. Underneath Goldson, we'll take a look, like I said, at Robinson in a minute, who I've had added myself. We had him for a bit at Kilmarnock and I was really impressed with him, and he developed quite quickly as well with the dynamic potential. So yeah, he's been added by myself, but he only got added as I was recording this, so we've got absolutely no information on him yet at all. So we'll come back at a later date with that one. What I would say about all of the players on this list is we don't have to strip the team down like I mentioned the other time and get them all straight away. We're going to be at Middlesbrough for quite a while, so yeah, these are just looking into the future. Ferguson here, high work rates, 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot, solid player, absolutely physically a beast for this division. He looks really impressive, and he will definitely be a priority target for either Morsey or Seville. And if you look closer at his technical stats, a lot of them as well are about to turn green, and he's only 21 years old, so this is a signing that I'm definitely going to be looking to bring in sooner rather than later. We could see him as early as January. He's just exactly what I'm looking for in the midfield. Industry. He's not going to get tired. We can train him and get that 5-star weak foot, so he'll be ball-footed as well. And like I said, his technical stats are all about to jump to the 70s. So yeah, he's really promising. I really like the look of him, and like I say, maybe as early as January for him. And Cook is on here as a bit of a strategical one. He's sort of a staple of career mode. He seems to have been around forever. But I'm thinking with Ferguson as a more defensive option, Cook here is more of a ball-playing midfielder. And with the legs and the protection behind him that we would get from Ferguson, I think these two would complement each other really well. You can see here Cook himself is no slouch in the physical department, but his technical stats are really impressive as well. And we are lacking, I've said it a few times now, if you go back across the past episodes, we're really lacking being able to control the middle of the park. We're lacking creativity, and I think as a partnership in the first 11, these two would be really strong. Again, you saw the 4-star weak foot for Cook as well. De Silva's in here. I just wanted to gain more information on him, if I'm being honest, and it's the first time now that I'm looking at his stats, and he's quite decent himself. It's probably, I might leave him on the list just as an option in case we can't get either Ferguson or Cook, or either of them, to be honest. But he looks quite impressive himself, De Silva. At Kilmarnock, we took his partner at the time, Drew Yearwood. He was a good shout. He was a good player for Killy. So this time we're not going to take Yearwood, who I believe just moved to New York Red Bulls, I think it is. But we are looking at his partner. Wilshere is somebody who's got decent-ish potential. I'm thinking maybe bench player at the moment for him, but that'll remain to be seen, because as soon as we open up the youth academy, we've not done it yet, just like at Killy, I want to open it when we get all 3 scouts, because it can be a bit overpowered, and it just gives that immersion that the academy is complete and open rather than only part working, if you like. So that's what we're doing there. But we're going to take a look at Alan now. Again, the high work rates, physically really good. again, fits the profile of what I'm looking for. But there is Ferguson, who is just as good as him and a hell of a lot younger as well. But again, coming off the bench, and we do play a lot of games, especially in this division. Maybe I'll leave him on there for now. Will Hughes, I wanted to get some information on, but looking at how strong Derby are going, I don't think that they would let us have him. Hurihan is on here as maybe a loan option to get us, help us get up into the Premier League, maybe a 2-year loan. Thinking behind him, well, he's a quality player, as we know. He's got that 4-star weak foot as well, so can take the ball on either foot in the middle. He's been around the Championship, he knows it, he knows what's required. He's technically really good. He brings with him free kicks as well, which is a weapon that we don't have at the moment. So yeah, not somebody probably that I would sign, but somebody that could come in on loan. And if we're looking at younger players, which it seems like we are at the moment, it'd be nice to pair that up with experience, and especially someone who's got the experience in this division. Loftus-Cheek is another one that's on here that would be a loan option. I don't think he would be being used at Chelsea, and it's sort of a shame because he's a good player. And for us, it would be a different kind of option for different types of games. He's tall, he's strong, he can get on the ball and play well, we know that. So I think he would strengthen us an awful lot. But again, would I buy him? Probably not. It would be unrealistic to do so, I think, as well. But again, a couple of years loan. Remember, we're already now going through season 1, and January is the earliest we could get these. And by season 3 is when I wanted to be in the Premier League. So a 2-year loan now would almost hopefully have us there. Tom Davies is just somebody that I'm a fan of. That's pretty much why he's on there. But again, I think he could add the industry that I'm looking for to the midfield. Same sort of thing with Uncharm here. What a shout he would be. Again, it'd probably have to be a loan. I don't foresee him coming to the Championship, and I don't know if Celtic will let him go the more that I think about it, but he could play anywhere in our midfield. He's a CDM, he's a CM, and he's a CAM as well. So he brings the flair, the long passing, the long shooting, playmaker, technical dribbler. He would be almost a complete midfielder, especially at this level. He would do an absolute banging job, but again, it's whether Celtic would actually let him go. I'm not too sure about that the more that I think about it, so who knows. But Hadji at the moment, I really like the look of. 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot. He's got the flair trait, he's got the playmaker trait. He's good enough physically, definitely. He's pretty quick, pretty agile. He's got good stamina. His technical stats are really good as well, better than what we've got at the moment. So yeah, he's someone who could come in at CAM and do well, and we could also train him to play CDM since we don't use centre midfield. But yeah, he's someone who I see, like at the moment, like I said, I'm struggling to find a place for Tavernier, even to the point where I'm training him to be a striker and see what he can do there. Hadji could come in place of him, in place of Walker. So yeah, that's why he's on there. And then we move to striker. Edward, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, high work rate, but probably a bit unrealistic, and I don't see Celtic letting him go. But Nketiah here, I could definitely see us with him. I think it'd be quite realistic that a Premier League club like Arsenal as well would loan him to a Championship level club. So again, I'm thinking maybe a 2-year loan for Nketiah, which would bolster our up front. He could come in and sit where Boro's doing at the moment and do a better job. And then we've got Adam Armstrong, who I did say I wanted to look at. We could use him at either left cam, right cam, or up front. He's an absolute physical beast. And he's got the finesse shot trait, which is good. It looks like that's the outside of the foot shot trait again, which is good. And that looks like either a long pass or long shot can't quite make it out from here. But he would be a good target for us. So to summarise, we're not going to bring all these in and completely change the team. Not at all. That's not the way I want to go about this. But Katic is definitely somebody who I think would be a great partner for McNair. Armstrong is someone who could come in and play anywhere across if you want to class it as a front four. The attacking department in the team, he could play anywhere around there and would be a great option. And then we move to the midfield, where I think definitely, like I said, I can see us bringing Ferguson in maybe even as early as January, and I would love to pair him up with Lewis Cook. But yeah, that is the plans for now, to completely just revamp the spine of the squad. Miles here would probably come in as a bench player, but yeah, I want to redo the spine of the squad. I didn't want to change it too much, and I don't feel like we're going to. Stojanovic was already at the club. McNair needs a partner desperately. Housen's getting on a bit as well. The two in midfield have already reached their development peak, so I don't think it's a bad thing to be looking to improve there. And then the striking options is really, we're only going to bring in one if we can get him, and that's on loan. Armstrong I definitely do want to buy though as a utility player. I think he would add so much to us. But that is my thinking behind what's going on with the plan at the moment, guys. So we're going to leave that bit there. And if you're still here at this point, you're an absolute legend. And we're going to take some questions now about this up-and-coming Bristol game, which I'm still not feeling confident for. But how will we approach the game? Well, at the moment, I keep saying it, we're trying to drag performances out of the team. But even though these are down, I think in 17th, they're not somebody that we're going to be going and underestimating. We can't with the form that we're in ourselves. So that's why I answered that one like that. And how can we learn, well, how can our team find consistency? At the moment, that is definitely about confidence. Our results are so up and down. Our performances are in and out at the moment. When we're good, we're really good. But we're not really good anywhere near consistently enough. So yeah, that is all about confidence. And am I happy with the squad? And I'm going to click we're all in it together, but the honest answer to that is no. We're lacking in every single department, I feel like, at the moment. And with that being said, it is now time to jump into the last game of the episode, where I have ranked the changes. You can see there, Fry's at centre back for this one. We've brought in so many different players in so many different positions. It's Stojanovic's first game as our #1 goalkeeper today as well. So we'll see how he gets on. But I just wanted to freshen things up. Boro's playing today and actually scores here. So yeah, there was a lot of different players today, a lot of changes made. It had to be done, and it's as simple as that. We weren't playing nowhere near good enough. As you can see there, Assombalonga comes in as well. I could not justify playing Fletcher after his last game, so that is why Assombalonga's in, and we put the ball into the box and he gets ahead of his defender and he rewards that decision with a goal. So going swimmingly in this one, and it would end 3-0. We've kept a clean sheet, guys, away from home as well. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Akpom on the score sheet as usual. Boro gets one again as well. Gonna have to keep an eye on him. That's his second appearance now, and 2 goals, and 1 was against Premier League opposition as well. And Assombalonga did have a miss, but then he went and put one in, as we saw off the cross. So all in all, really good performance. We played well, almost 50-50 of the ball. We're clinical in front of goal. That's exactly what I'm looking for at this point, and it is a much needed confidence boost. and we'll actually take this press conference and we're going to take it on the winning side of the fence again for a change, which is glorious. And we ended up 90 minutes of a comfortable game. It actually was, to be fair. I did feel completely in control, but we need to learn to do that on a consistent basis, which is why I have clicked that for an answer. And are we satisfied with the win today? Absolutely. It just felt nice not to be stressed out in a game for a change, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I am really happy with the way that we went about it today. And again, we're going to click because it's what we've been talking about. We do want that consistency. So if we can play like that every week, then great stuff. But again, at the moment, we're just digging around trying to find that. And it was a pretty impressive 3-goal victory. And yes, it was. And we did deserve it as well. So that is the answer that I'm going to click for that one. And with that being said, guys, that is going to be the end of today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's something a little bit different. There wasn't a lot of gameplay, but I do want to keep you guys in the loop with what's going on. And after 10 games, I said I was going to do that, and I've done that. So enjoy the rest of the day, guys. Stay safe, and I will hopefully see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.